So link, sorry, sorry, XLM. So because like I'm like planning to buy both. That's why like I got confused. You can also see like 4 alerts here for XLM. So we are already around this demand zone. As you can see, it's a very strong one. Also, this area here is a strong resistance. Let me zoom in a little bit in. That's it. So this level here, 0.07, is a massive support. Look at this, multiple rejections from this area, okay? And also aggressive movement upward, which makes it a demand zone, lining up with the one round number, okay? So this is why we have the zone from 0.07 till 0.075 till 0.1. Now, if you go lower, it makes total sense that you don't really need to zoom in lower. You can just follow the price action here, making lower lows and lower highs. We didn't really break above the previous high yet. Okay, so like this is how clean or like how simple you can approach crypto. Check weekly and daily time frame. That's it. Wait the previous high around the support or the demand, and then buy on spike upward, which you haven't been in a trade since I don't know when, right? Since like October 2021, we have been bearish since then. Anyway, for the bulls to take over here from a long-term perspective, this explains what? This explains this alert. Okay, want to see a break above this area, which is around 0.13. Meanwhile, since we are inside the demand zone, we'll be looking for buy stops, but I didn't like how we broke below this one. Okay, this one, 0.1. So for the bulls to reclaim the support again, just like Bitcoin, we need to see a break higher, breaking above the zone. Okay, you can see it even better if you zoom into daily time frame. We had a double bottom. I was waiting for this break first, short-term perspective, and then like for this one for the long term. And as you can see, it didn't happen, not even from the short term. Okay. So no entry yet. We kept on moving lower. We broke below the one and so on. So very straightforward approach for the bulls to take over. What do we want? We want a break above the one again. Now it's a resistance, and I would like to see a break above it. That's why you see my first alert. Second alert, of course, this one, if you break above this major high. The lower one is if we go lower till around inside like the demand zone, which is a demand zone from weekly, it would be also a good rate to look for buy stops on lower time frames. So this explains my trading plan for XLM. Okay, that's it. If you go to ADA, a very similar movement. We broke below the support zone. It was a support here, broke it lower, retested it, and we traded lower. If you zoom out, it's also a demand zone. If you zoom in, you can clearly see it. It's a rally, a demand zone, a consolidation, and then a rally. Okay, that's why this is a demand area of 0.3 to 0.4. Okay, that's it, and we are currently approaching the lower bound of it. If we break it down, it wouldn't be good. We'll be expecting further bearish movement. Now, if you go to daily time frame, you can see that we've got a nice channel formed, right? We've got this one, and if you make it like this, it would be deep down this area. But let's keep it this way for now. For the bulls to take over, we need to see a break above the last major high, which explains my first alert. Okay, if we break above this, then the bulls will take over long term. Meanwhile, if we go lower to test this area, then we'll be looking for buy stops around the lower bounds. And from a short term perspective, my alert is here if we break above this high. Okay, the bulls will take over short term, okay, because we still have a resistance right here, also a supply zone. So the 0.38 to 0.4 is a massive zone, but like it would be a short-term buy. Meanwhile, if you trade lower, we'll be looking for this buy here. If you trade higher and keep on trading higher, and I'll be adding even more like bags of Adam if we break up of the upper one. Meanwhile, I'll be going forward on IOTA. We are currently around this level. Oops, it's too many alerts here, right? I don't know why. Okay. Okay, I have one like around this like the all-time high, all-time low, which is 0.12. Okay, but yeah, I've got like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 alerts for one altcoin. Wow. Okay, already around the 0.23. Okay, we also broke below this previous low downwards. We're expecting further bearish movement until the buyers take over. If you go to daily time frame, a very similar chart, just like ADA. For the bulls to take over, we need to see this break above 0.28. If we see it, then the bulls will take over from a long-term perspective and we'll be expecting a bullish movement upward. Meanwhile, if we trade lower, we'll be looking for buy stops from a shorter perspective. But keep in mind that it would be a reversal trade. The best case scenario is if we have a break above this and then a break above this entire range, which you can see here. Okay, which explains the upper alert. Let me see. I guess I have it a little bit higher. Let me check. Oh no, it's good. Okay, that's it for IOTA. Dots. Polkadot's a very similar channel, just like IOTA and ADA. Okay, demand zone right here, an aggressive movement upward. We are bearish and we even broke below this low. That's it. Okay, from daily time frame, that's now our last major high. So which would be around 7.5. If we break it higher, we'll be expecting a bullish movement, and then I'd want to see this break. So I'll be adding some here, and I'll be adding even more at the break of the 10. Meanwhile, this is a round number and demand zone. So as we trade lower here, I'll be looking for a short-term buy. Okay. Jabs, Dusty Jabs, hope you're doing good. Okay, let's keep on going forward. Okay, we're also on Talcoin approaching a massive demand zone. Let me show you that's it. Okay, the 0.001 and 0.0005, which is the low one. Okay, this entire zone. If you go to daily time frame, we had a channel last week from H4, I guess. Yeah, we had a channel from H4, we broke it upward, traded higher, and due to like the crash of FTX, we had this movement back lower. Now for the bulls to take over again, I want to see a break above this high. Meanwhile, if we trade lower, I'll be looking for buy stops here around the lower bound, which is also a demand zone now, and you can also draw like a channel or a trend line like this.